What's going on, guys? It's your boy, John the Liquidator, coming back with breaking news hot off the press. So it looked like Indiana Fever has finally signed a new player to a hardship contract. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Just like we all knew, man, the Indiana Fever front office had to definitely get the ball moving, man. As it's getting closer to game day, which is set tomorrow, the Washington Mystics is next on the schedule, and I'm here to tell you, they had no choice but to bring in another player. Losing Sydney Colson, Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark all in potentially 1 week was crazy in itself. Now, I'm here to tell you, the fans put a lot of pressure on the front office to give answers. Kelly spoke to the media yesterday, which we'll go over that later in the video, and Stephanie White gave clarity to the injuries for Sydney Colson and Sophie Cunningham. But one thing I can tell you guys is that they definitely got a new player. Let's head over to X and pull it up right now. So the Indiana Fever just reported moments ago that they have signed a new player to a hardship contract. That is Ari McDonald. The Indiana Fever stated, we have signed Ari McDonald to an emergency hardship contract. And let's pull it up right now. Goes on to say the Indiana Fever has announced the signing of guard Ari McDonald via an emergency contract. The WNBA emergency hardship expectations allow any team to sign a player immediate effort if a team drops below 10 eligible people, which we went over that yesterday in a video, which I'll probably add some of that in this one, kind of explaining what a hardship is. But over the course of the 4-year WNBA career, McDonald averaged 8 points per game, 2 assists per game, and 2 rebounds per game, which is decent. You know, judging off the situation, bro, they need some type of production as a point. We seen last time, just like I said, they tried to run point forward with Aaliyah Boston. She got in foul trouble. They're definitely going to have to do something different. Now, McDonald spent the 2024 season with the Los Angeles Sparks. She averaged 8.7 points per game, appearing in 26 games. Total number 3 overall pick by the Atlanta Dream. In the 2021 season, McDonald averaged 6.3 points, 1.6 rebounds, and 2 assists in 30 games, and was subsequently named the WNBA All-Rookie Team during the 2023 season. McDonald helped the Atlanta Dream qualify for their first playoff berth in 2018. This is the player that I think that they definitely needed to bring in. Somebody with a little experience, somebody that kind of know what they're doing. But I'm telling you right now, this is very interesting. Let's check out what the fans got to say online about this. News just broke about 2 minutes ago on this story right here. It stated, let's effing go. Welcome, Ari. We not serious. Somebody hating. Probably the best choice we could have made under the circumstances. Definitely. I told y'all about Haley Jones yesterday. I feel like she would have been a better choice, but Phineas Mercury wasting no time in signing her. And yeah, man, it is what it is, dog. Let's have a flashback of what happened yesterday. But welcome to the team, guys. Roll the footage.
We're down in numbers, but we're looking at adding another player for a replacement player to help us with our numbers and try to get people healthy and try to get a full roster back together. I mean, games are still coming, so it's going to be an adjustment, but we have a good group, we have good depth, thankfully, so that should help us.
Yeah. Are you hoping to have that player before Tuesday's game?
We're hoping, yeah.
All right.
Have you ever been through any circumstance this early into the season and such, where you're battling 3-4 down? Like, how unique is it?
I remember. I don't, probably, but I mean, because, the WNBA, the roster sizes are so much smaller. So when you get down to the 11-player roster and you lose 3 players like that, now you've got to add a quick player to your roster. So, it's something that you just deal with being in this league, with the roster sizes being a little bit smaller, and that's why you try to build for depth.
Is this maybe another perfect example of where the W, if they could get to where they had, like the NBA has 2 ways, but maybe home player development roles, and they could be available in times like this? Would that be ideal?
I mean, just more bodies would be good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
About a potential hardship player, are you valuing someone like knows the system, has been here, or is it maybe best player available at that position?
I think best player available at that position who can add value on both ends of the floor. Certainly we need to have
someone who can add value on the defensive end. We got to have somebody who can help us navigate and get into offense, handle the ball. Since we're down to 2 healthy guards, the goal would be to get everybody kind of back to their natural positions if we can. But at the same time, we can't control everything, so we'll get the best player that we can get that will fit into how we play.
Do you anticipate signing a hardship player before Tuesday's game?
I hope so. I hope so.
Anything else?
What does simplify mean in terms of with this group? Is that more so what you're calling out there and more read and react, or what does that mean?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more calling and structure in our offense, a little less reading, so that we can kind of predetermine a little bit more. Maybe giving 3 or 4 actions or sets that they can run, as opposed to giving them 6 or 7 options. So we simplify it that way. Who's on the floor with whom, and then same thing defensively. We like to get to where we can cover different players different ways, but we're going to have some players playing out of position, so we got to simplify it and just get really good at 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, the one that talked about kind of just not being in a rhythm after Friday's game. What do you do with all of these injuries and potentially bringing someone in to try to get into some semblance of a rhythm?
I think the simplifying hopefully helps that. Giving them just a couple of things that we can focus on, and we continue to really rep over the last 2 days on both ends of the floor. Knowing that some players are going to be playing out of position and freeing them up to stay aggressive and just play. That's the fun, challenging part of the coaching situation is still putting them in positions to be successful while it might be a little bit outside.
Okay, guys, so it's in the WNBA, hardship contracts are short-term agreements that allow teams to sign players to fill roster spots when they have fewer than 10 active players due to injury, health protocols, or other reasons. These contracts provide a lifeline for teams struggling with roster issues and offer a platform for players to potentially earn long-term opportunities. So I believe we seen this with Celeste Taylor last year as well. It goes on to say how hardship contracts work, right? Triggers. Hardship contracts are triggered when a team has 2 or more players unable to play. For example, the Indiana Fever, 3 players unable to play. Emergency expectation. In emergency, teams can sign players under an emergency hardship exception to quickly fill roster spots. Salary. Hardship contracts typically offer a prorated portion of the league's minimum base salary, often around 75%. Duration. Hardship contracts are usually for 7-day period, allowing teams flexibility to add players as needed. Eligibility. Players signed to a hardship contract are typically free agents, veterans, or standout training camp players. Impact and consideration. Hardship contracts provide teams with roster flexibility to address player absence and maintain competitiveness, like the Indiana Fever. So as of right now, the Indiana Fever is lacking on the competitive side. They cannot win a game without Caitlin Clark. I mean, the last couple of minutes of that last game was pretty good, but they lost, bro. At the end of the day, we don't want to see them losing. I definitely don't. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't want to see this basketball team losing games, and I'm here to tell you that's what we dealt with right now, bro. They're losing a lot of games because they don't have a bona fide point guard, bro. Say players opportunity. These contracts offer players a chance to demonstrate their skills and potentially secure longer-term contracts, man. And I'm telling you right now, the Indiana Fever just messed up in a major, major way, bro, because there is a player that I believe they could have got, but the Phoenix Mercury got her. Pretty much the best point guard, one of the best point guards out there right now. And she would have been great. Would have been a great move for Indiana. Let's pull this up right here, man. So the Phoenix Mercury has signed Haley Jones to a hardship contract. Now the Phoenix Mercury is down to Alicia Thomas. They dealing with injuries as well. Bro, good play. Good immediate impact. Haley Jones. Why the Fever couldn't get her? My goodness. It is going to be ugly. I don't want them thinking that they don't need to pick up a hardship player. Because you do. You do, bro. You do, bro. At this point, you definitely do. At this point, you definitely do. Now, I hate to add insult to injury, but we got to pull up Haley Jones' resume here. She averaged 3 points, she had 2 rebounds. Haley Jones, 2023 AD Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year, golly. Former Rookie of the Year. My goodness. Played all 40 games of the 2024 season. Averaged 3 points, 2 rebounds. This is somebody perfect. Experience, somebody come in that can facilitate the floor. Know her assignment. Know what she's supposed to do. And so right now, the Fever don't have that. They don't have anybody. They're going to, I'm telling you right now, they're going to run Aaliyah Boston at point forward and bring in Lexi Hall, bro. I'm telling you, that's what they're going to do. Hopefully this time Aaliyah Boston don't get in trouble, foul trouble. But it don't look like they possibly going to be signing anybody because they ain't signed nobody yet, bro. They play in a couple days, man, but Haley Jones was the best one they could have got so far. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bills on because you know what? I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake the haters off.